was going to post something catch grabby, but this seems like something that deserves more of an authentic conversation. Those of you that have been following me, you know about my past relationship and the domestic violence of it all. Tomorrow, I am going to be doing stand-up for the first time since May. The last time specifically that I did stand-up was May 13th, and my ex was arrested for domestic violence May 16th. Tomorrow is really significant. I already have everything written and prepared, and I'm really proud of it, and I'm really proud of myself for getting back out there and putting myself back out there because, you know, I signed up, I initiated it, and, you know, the offer was there about the New Year's Day special or whatever, and I got the email basically asking if I was going to be signing up again this year because I did it last year for New Year's, and I did it. This was about a month ago. I made that decision for myself, and because I knew like I had to, obviously these things are planned out. Like, of course you can go to an open mic or something like that, but even then they kind of prefer that you put your name on the list in advance. Personally, I do things like that because if I commit to something, I'm going to show up for it. I'm going to make sure that I'm there and ready and prepared. I've never canceled on comedy, music, anything like that, anything that's one of my passions, and those are my passions. My comedy and my music is what makes me me. It is just in every way the most special things to me, aside from, you know, my life and my family and my kids and all of that. It's like those after all those things, my comedy, my music, and of course I love doing art. I love making art. I love creating. I just love anything that gives me a creative outlet, but something about comedy specifically feels very special to me. And because I didn't always do comedy. I've always done music since I was a little kid. I've always, you know, that's just always been in me and a part of me, and I've always been funny or whatever, you know, thanks trauma. But I started stand-up in 2022, I believe, for the first time. Yeah, is when I did my very first stand-up, and ever since then it was always kind of something in the back of my head that it was like I wanted to do, but I always thought I was like situationally funny and maybe I could never like plan it out or write it and actually kind of, you know, fulfill that creative side of comedy and kind of mix my creativity with my funny and make something like that happen. But when I started doing it, it was just like, I mean, it was so natural. It was like, wow, I wish I'd been doing this my whole life. And in a way I had, you know, like in a way you are, even people who are like, oh, I'm just situationally funny. It's like that's in you though. Like that's in you. So to whatever that matters to whoever's listening to me, do the thing. You know, if you think like, oh, I can never do the thing. The most important message that I want to get across to everybody is that anybody that loves you would never, ever dim your sparkle or take away the things about you that make you you, the things that make you happy, the things that give you a, whether it's creative outlet or whatever. Like, not everybody's creative, and that's fine. Whatever that outlet is for you, that you just know to the root of your core, to your soul, your entire being, that is just everything to you. Nobody that loves you is ever going to ask you to change in that way, or even put you in a place to where maybe you're not doing it as much because of how they're treating you. And you're dimming your own sparkle by letting these people infiltrate the most special parts of you. I have had, unfortunately, more than one relationship that put me in that position. When I was in college, I was a music major, and I was in a very toxic relationship toward like the sophomore year or something like that of college, and I let them, I use the word let them loosely, okay? Because I know in domestic violence and abusive situations and partnerships, it's not always like you letting so much as it is just it happening to you and you not knowing what to do, which was a lot of it for me. But that being said, to get to the point here and not make this an hour long, which I could, don't quit your job, your career, your passion, your hopes. Don't put anything on the side for a person, because that thing is always going to be there for you, and that person is not. And coming, because this is the thing, is every time, like when that relationship ended, it's like that I came back to my authenticity. I came back to my creativity. I came back to my music, and then I found comedy, and all these beautiful, amazing, wonderful things happen when you are on your own and not with anybody. And those are the times that you need to really just pay attention to yourself and pay attention to yourself outside of that relationship. Being single is actually such a wonderful opportunity to, I mean, be in a relationship with yourself, fall in love with yourself. And I did that. And then for some reason, it happened to me again. And again, people will make their own ideas about what relationships look like from the outside, and people will be all parasocial and weird with it and try to tell you what you should have done, could have done, without knowing, 99.9% of what really went on in the relationship, right? But so don't pay attention to any of that, because it's not helpful. It's not helpful to you, and it's not helpful to them. They're just wasting their energy on something that they know nothing about. I don't want anybody to lose themselves. I wish I hadn't lost myself. It's like seeing my kids was just a constant reminder of how much I deserve to treat myself better. Because you look at your kids and you're just like, wow, I was that one time. I was a baby, a toddler, a kid, a teenager. I was all these things. And what you think the world of your kids. So why wouldn't you think the world of yourself in that same space? I want everybody to focus on themselves, focus on their creativity, focus on their passions and your hobbies, and even the things that don't matter and maybe won't ever get you anywhere, but help you heal. It's like, hobbies are important. Things like that are important, even if it's not a career, if you're not ever going to make money off of it. I may not ever make money off my music or my comedy, but it's what brings me joy. So I'm going to continue working, doing the things that I have to do to pay the bills and survive and live in the world, but I'm also never going to stop doing the things that make me have a reason worth living in the world.